What's going on, YouTube? The reason why you feel like people around you are hating on you is because they are, bro. But here's why they actually hating on you. And I know sometimes it may be crazy, it may be your own family, your own friends, people that you've known your whole life, right? And you're like, I'm finally starting to get my shit together. I'm finally starting to hit the gym. I'm finally starting to quit my vices. I'm finally starting to really blossom into the best version of myself. Why? I thought these people cared about me, right? I thought they cared about me. Why are they hating? Right? Why every time we link up, there's always some slick talk, there's always some like backhanded compliments, right? Right? Always some slick shit that you gotta hear from them. And it's like you can't tell if it's a joke, right? But you know what they say, right? They say every joke has some truth to it. So the truth is they are hating, right? They may not even know that they're hating, but they're hating. And the reason why they're hating on you for bettering yourself, for deciding to take action and actually improving yourself is simply because they can't fathom the fact that you too may come from the same situation, right? You two come from the same situation. You come from the same block, same family, right? Same schools, same city, same state, right? You come from the same place. You knew all the same people. You had the same opportunities, right? You had the same resources available to you. And yet, you chose to be the one that actually decided that you're not going to be a victim of circumstance, right? You're actually going to make something better of yourself, something better than everyone around you. You're actually gonna step outside the box and evolve, right? Evolve past what you know, right? Evolve past the bullshit, right? If you're from the hood, everyone around you is smoking, drinking, dealing, right? And then all of a sudden you wanna go to college, oh, they're gonna look at you crazy, right? And they're gonna think that you think that you're better than them, right? Even if you're from a rich neighborhood, right? Let's say you're from a rich neighborhood, everyone comes with money, but all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, you want to start your own shit. You want to start your own business. You want to start hitting the gym. Everyone around you, though, they already got money, right? Their parents pay for them to go to college, right? They party all the time, right? They have all these vices. They drink all the time, right? They already got that job secured. But you want to start a business. You want to quit the vices, right? You want to get in shape instead of going out and drinking and fucking hoes. And that's why they always make those slick comments because they just can't understand. They can't understand the fact that how the fuck is he able to do it and I'm not, right? Because the truth is, the world is a mirror, right? What you see on the outside just shows you what you see on the inside, right? So if you feel like if they see you bettering yourself and they sense that they're not bettering themselves, it causes like this gap, right? You guys came from the same place, and yet you're all the way up here, they're down here now, right? Because they look at you and they don't have it within them, not yet. They don't have it within them to change, right? They don't have it within them, but you did, right? Something lit a fire inside of you. I don't know, maybe you went through so much fucking pain. They don't know about the fucking pain that you went through. They don't know about the traumas that you went through, but something inside of you clicked and you decided to be the one that's different. You decided to be the black sheep. That's the way I felt all my life, right? I did the smoking, the drinking, the partying, right? The going out. I did all of that. You know, I would fit in with the crowd, right? Fit in with the crowd. Oh, look at me. Now I got Jordans. I got designer, shit like that, right? And then as soon as I started doing something different, as soon as I took a step back and I started to move away from that lifestyle. If you guys don't know me, welcome to my channel. My name is Max. I'm 23 years old. I'm a self-improvement coach for men, helping men reclaim their masculine edge, helping men get in the best shape of their life, improve their self-image. But I wasn't always like this, right? I wasn't always waking up at 5:30 a.m. I wasn't always so disciplined with the gym. I wasn't always eating clean. I wasn't always sober. You understand? I was actually the complete opposite, right? Most of my life, for 5 years straight, I would wake up every morning, smoke weed all day. I would need weed to eat breakfast. I would need to go to sleep. I would need weed to hit the gym, right? I needed to do everything. And the people I surrounded myself with, who I thought truly cared about me, truly wanted me to see better, to do better, you know, I would get uncomfortable in my situation, and in the back of my mind, I knew I had to quit smoking. I knew I had to stop with the bullshit, right? I knew I had to hit the gym, right? I started off my journey 120 pounds, right? 120 pounds, and now look at me now, right? But I always knew that I had it within me, but I didn't know why it wasn't happening, right? And the reason why is because I was surrounded by people who were still stuck in their old ways. I was trying to make new ways, right? I was inviting them to come to the gym with me. And I can't tell you guys like how bad it would hurt when I would hit them up, ask them to come to the gym with me, and they would say no, they're busy, right? They're busy. I would check Snapchat, I would check Instagram stories. Oh, they're all together, drinking, smoking, going out to eat bullshit. Every single time while I was in the gym, while I was getting my mind right, while I was getting my physique right, right? They would come for like a day or two and then stop going. And before I really sacrificed them, before I really distanced myself from the pack, distanced myself from these old habits, I let them kind of control my situation. And that's one of the worst things you can do as a man, is letting external circumstances, external people, just letting the external impact what you do with your life, right? How are you gonna let other people dictate where you go? How are you gonna let where you came from dictate how your life ends up, where you end up? You can't let other shit affect you like that. You must always strive to be in the control of your situation, right? That's one of the most masculine things you can do. Life is unpredictable, right? Life happens. But there are so many things that are within our control, right? What's not in your control, G? Leave that shit up to God, right? And God will take care of it. But what's in your control, it's up to you to control it, right? And so I was letting them distract me, right? I would go to the gym a few times, and then I would have a fear of missing out. I would see their Snapchat stories, they're all hanging out, and quite frankly, I didn't want to lose my friends, right? Those were my friends. At least I thought they were. Those were my friends. You know, I liked spending time with them. And it was almost like we actually needed each other, right? We all had this void within us, and we were trying to like fill the void up with each other, when in reality, we were just making the void deeper and deeper, right? And so when I distanced myself, I felt pretty empty. And it took months, years, going to the gym, of making sure I quit my vices, of eating clean, of getting my mind right, getting my habits back in check, that I was able to fill that void up with purpose, right? And then, you know, even after I developed myself up, right, I quit the vices, I was already more than 2 years sober, right? I was already multiple years inside the gym. My physique started to really look good. You know, they would hit me up, ask to hang out, and I would always be open to it. And yet, they would still try to divert back to their old ways. And it's like, this is one of the hardest parts, the darkest parts about self-improvement. And it's that you want to take people up with you, right? You want to take your family up with you. You want to take your friends up with you, because that's your friends and your family, right? That's your friends and your family. You want them to improve. If you're a real friend, if you are a real friend, you want your friends and your family to improve. But when they don't want to improve, when they say no, it's like that J. Cole song, right? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save. Well, you can't save them either, right? You can't save these women. You can't save your friends. You can't save your family. The only person that you can save is yourself. The only person, because you're in control of what you do every single morning and what you do when you lay down at night. Nobody else is in control of that shit but you. You can't control them. All you can do is set the fucking example. That's all. And there were a few people that saw my journey, that saw me develop into the man that I am now, that saw me get this physique, that saw me wake up at 5:30 every single morning, even though I don't have to. They see it, right? They watch my Instagram stories. They see my personal development over the course of like 7 years, right? People I went to high school with, people I grew up with, they've seen that shit. And some of them got inspired, right? They were like, yo, bro, you inspired me to hit the gym consistent. Yo, I would love to get a workout with you sometime. And that's the type of shit I want to see, you know? Don't hit me up if it's not about money, if it's not about content, if it's not about personal development, if it's not about just working on ourselves. If it's not about that shit, if it's about the bullshit, the chasing hoes, the drinking, the smoking, I don't want to hear that shit, right? I'm not into that shit no more. I'm not into it. You understand? Like, at one point in your life, you're gonna have to say enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. How much longer are you gonna be stuck in your teenage ways? How much longer are you gonna be trying to escape your reality? Because the more you put it off, the more you try to drown in the liquor, the more you try to make all the painful thoughts get numbed by the weed, by the pills, all of that, the longer you're putting off your personal development, right? Personal development doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes years. Years of sacrifice, years of dedication, years of people trying to hate on you, years of you coming to the Thanksgiving dinner with your family, and all of a sudden you got your scale out, right? You got your scale out. Everyone's looking at you like you're crazy, right? Oh, I need to get in the gym with you. Oh, back in my day, I didn't need a scale to get in shape. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Right? You didn't need a scale to get back in shape, to get in shape. What the fuck happened? Why are you fat as fuck right now? Shit doesn't make no sense, right? And it can be your own family, it can be your own friends, right? Guys, I used to bring my scale to the restaurants with my friends, right? I used to bring it to family dinners. People would look at me crazy, make all types of comments, all types of jokes, and I would just brush it off, right? I would brush it off because I knew where I was headed, right? I knew what that's gonna take. I knew what it's gonna take, right? And so you have to make sacrifices, G. You have to make sacrifices. And if it's people that you can't distance yourself from, like your family, if you really have to see these people, then the only thing you can do is set the example. Don't even judge people, right? I used to judge others. I used to, you know, I used to judge them for the decisions they made, the bad habits they had. And now I just realized that, like, hey, I've been on this side, I've been on the bad habit side, and I've been on the personal develop side. And it's not my place to judge others. All I can do is set the example and improve myself, right? And the people who truly go through enough pain and trauma and say enough is enough, just like I did 7 years ago, 8 years ago, right? Those are the people who will be like, yo, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for always staying disciplined because you inspired me, right? You're the reason why I got in shape. You're the reason why I lost weight. You're the reason why I quit smoking. You're the reason why I quit pills. You're the reason why I quit fapping. You're the reason why I developed myself into a better version. It's because of you, right? Isn't that what you want? Don't you want to set the example for your friends and family? Listen, the ones who are hating on you, making slick comments, keep your distance from them. But the ones who, maybe they're struggling, you can see they're still stuck in their old ways, but they don't make slick comments, right? They don't hate on you, you can tell, right? You don't feel a way when you hang out with them. You don't have to burn bridges with those people. Let them rock. Don't participate in the dumb shit, but just keep setting the example, right? Keep setting that fucking example, and it's all gonna be worth it at the end of the day, I'm telling you, right? But that's it for today, G. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.